I'm not allowed to look to the left or to the right. I will take this object and go all the way to the right and then slowly bring it in. In today's video, I will share with you how you can assess your visual field, or also referred to as the peripheral vision. Now I'll share with you how I use this rebounder, the Billicon rebounder, to assess my visual field using the angles. And I will also talk about these magnet tiles with different colors to see how we can assess this visual field. So to use this rebounder as a field measuring tool, I'll take the front half of it, and there are 10 bungees, as you can tell. They are almost 2 inches apart, and they are 2 inches wide. And then we'll do that for the left side as well. So now, after adjusting the camera, I will explain to you what I will be doing in this exercise. The first thing, I will be sitting right at the center of this rebounder. And the second thing, I will be looking directly by this middle point in front of me. I'm not allowed to look to the left or to the right. So my central vision is directly in front of me. And while I'm looking at this object that's in front of me, which happens to be the light pole in this case, then I'll use these magnet tiles with different colors, different shapes, to test my visual field. So as I said earlier, we have about 10 bungees between the center point and my 90 degrees. So each bungee will be about 10 degrees. The second thing, I will be holding in an object, and while I'm looking to the pole here, I will take this object and go all the way to the right and then slowly bring it in. And then I have to guess 3 things. Where exactly I start seeing the object, and then where exactly can I see the shape, and then the last thing, where exactly can I see the color. I'll start with my right eye, so I'm looking directly at the camera pole here, and then I'll take one random magnet tile. I am not allowed to look at it. As I said, I'm looking directly at the camera pole, and then I'll go all the way to the back, and then we'll start moving. And then while I'm looking in front of me, I need to see, yep, here we go. I can see movement. So if I drop my hand here, I need to mark this as what degree. Is it 90 degrees? Is it 80 degrees? Is it 70 degrees? As you can tell, it's about 100 degrees. So it's just behind the 90 degrees. And then the second thing, I'll go all the way to the back again, and I will keep moving this object up until I guess, yep, I see the color. I start seeing the color right at this point. So if I drop this all the way to the bungees and I measure, so this is about 80 or 85 degrees. This is the angle where I start seeing the color. And while I'm looking at the pole again, I'll pick one of the colors. I'll go all the way to the back, and I'll start moving. And once I start seeing, yep, I see the color again. It's red. And then, yep, I start seeing the details, a little details. So this looks like square to me. Yep, it is square. So this is exactly where I start seeing the square. So it's about 60 or 65 degrees. And then after you're done with your right eye, you go to the left eye and do the same. So now I'll do the left eye. So I'll randomly pick anything in here, one tile, and go all the way to the back. While I'm looking at the camera pole again, I'll start moving this object. Once I sense movement, yep, I sense some movement, I'll drop my hand and I look at it. It's about 100 degrees again. So I pick up the object and keep moving up until I start sensing the color. It looks bluish to me. Yes, it is. And it is about, as I said, between 80 and 90 degrees, almost 85 degrees. And then I'll randomly pick an object again, go all the way to the back. Now I'm trying to guess the shape of the object. So now I started seeing a little bit of the object. I think it is triangular. So I hope this was helpful. As you can tell, the shape and the color will make a lot of difference. So most people will be able to detect motion at a very wide angle, but not details. And then the color will come second, and then the last thing will be the shape. So again, we're talking about the visual field, the peripheral vision, and the wider it is, the healthier your eyes is, and the safer you are, especially for those who are playing sports. And I noticed personally that using the rebounder will open your peripheral vision a lot wider than those who are always stuck to their computers. you want to be able to see and detect motions at a very wide angle. If you don't happen to have a rebounder at home to measure your visual field, you can just draw a circle, set at the middle, and measure the angle for each of these objects. So to give you a little background about our visual system, it consists of two systems: the peripheral vision, which is the wider view, and the central vision, or where you see details, colors, and you can read fine prints. And if you look at the anatomy of the eye, you will find out that the peripheral vision uses what's called the rod cells on the back of the retina. And then the central vision, where you see clear, uses something called the cone-shaped cells. And the density varies greatly between the central vision and peripheral vision. So they found out that the fovea centralis, where you see clearly, this area has the highest density of these cone-shaped cells. And then the rod cells are used for peripheral and night vision. And here's the good news: you can train yourself to widen your peripheral awareness, and then the wider it is, the better your central vision is. So for those who are trying to clear their vision naturally, I highly recommend you can invest in something like this rebounder and do vision exercises. These activities and exercises will help you open your peripheral vision and improve your central vision as well. And if you want to learn more about how to use this rebounder to correct your vision naturally, I highly recommend you check out this next video. Thanks, I'll see you next time.